Hello, hello. Just testing to make sure this is working. I don't normally stream to YouTube, so I want to make sure this is actually doing its thing. There seems to be some sort of delay here. It's not actually. There we go. Okay. It's just like on a 30-second delay or something. Hold on. All right. I don't like hearing myself either.
It's not a string without technical difficulties.
Exactly. And I seem to have a lot of them. All right. Welcome back to our second session of Eat the Reich. In our first session, our 5 brave vampires, Fang operatives, were dropped in these wonderful devices called drop coffins that, upon impact in war-torn Paris, World War II, completely dissolved all of you into piles of gristle and goo. But you were immediately injected with the blood of sacred nuns, willing nuns of it was the Sisterhood of Ruin or something like this, who dedicated their blood to give you life. So with their help, you have been resuscitated. Just enough blood to get you going, but not enough to activate any of your special abilities. So, after emerging from your coffins, making a scene in a beautiful little Parisian courtyard cafe, you escaped the whistles and screams and cries of local policemen, rushed into, where did you guys go after? Into a bar? I think you ran into a bar, immediately, decidedly killed all the Nazis inside this bar. Of course, they had it coming. First of all, Nicole tried to flirt with one awkwardly. Can't forget that. And then proceeded on to a department store where you engaged in a fierce battle within the lobby against a squad of Nazi infantrymen and an armored car. After some incredible heroics and a couple of you taking some pretty grievous wounds and Chuck losing his hat, Flint, you actually, what did we do here? There were bats flying around. There was smoke grenade going off. Flint, you were flying through there, using yourself as a bat vampire torpedo. Nicole, I think you actually launched one of your RPGs at this thing, Panzerhausen or whatever they're called. Yeah, it was a mess in this department store lobby by the time you guys were done with it. And on top of that, a bunch of dead Nazis. After you killed them all, you managed to escape out the back door and into Sector 2. The next stage of your mission: to find, kill, and drink Hitler's blood. All right. 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to fix the audio on this, which is super low. Okay. A little better. All right. So we find ourselves in Sector 2, where you emerge at an expensive-looking garage. Even in a city starved by war, the rich still cling to their luxuries. This place is a temple to speed and excess, a showroom of sleek imported machines gleaming under dim electric lights. Germans, Nazis in pressed uniforms polish the chrome, adjust precision instruments, and whisper over the latest models. They don't know you're here. Not quite yet. You hear the soft purr of engines in the dim space, waiting for a hand on the wheel, waiting to be unleashed. You can smell the gasoline. It's thick in the air. you have 3 choices of ride that you will have to steal to meet your objective for this scene. You have an open-topped Italian speedster, or a reliable German import, or an unremarkable French jalopy. Each of them giving you different perks depending on which one you choose. You can only take one vehicle, by the way. You can't each take one. This is the one vehicle for a lot of you. And as you are surveying this scene, taking in the sights and sounds of this bizarre palace of luxury in this war-torn city, you hear a shout, and then a gun cock as one of the German officers turns and sees you. Now, when we left off, I described to you there is an entire infantry of Nazis here, a squad of Nazis here. They have an armored car parked in the lot, and there is a sniper on the rooftop of an adjoining building. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this indeed. Who wants to go first?
Flint.
Okay, that was fast.
Flint sees all the Nazis arrayed around him, and he's already lost a colony once. And now he has a new colony. This ragtag Nazi-eating vampires, and he doesn't want anything to happen to them. He knows that they're in a bad spot. He's hoping one of the others steal a car, but he doesn't know how to drive. That's not his thing. So he's going to make a commotion. He needs blood. They need blood. He needs to protect this colony. He needs to be Big Darkness, owl killer, like his old bats call him, but he's not an owl killer anymore. He's a Nazi killer. So he goes running low, and in this high-speed garage, there's this tiny little jalopy on one side that's a parked vehicle. It's called a Goliath 400, and it's a 3-wheeled vehicle made in 1938. There's a picture of it that shows up on the message board. And Flint rolls in low. He unfurls this 3-pronged, what's it called? His 3-pronged grappling hook behind him. You can hear the chain lay out, makes this clinking sound. He rolls over the top of this 3-wheeled Goliath. The grappling hook attaches to the back bumper. As soon as he reaches the front window, he jumps off it towards the Nazis. Darkness gathers around him, and these huge black wings unfurl around him, and out from his hands and feet spring these foot-long giant talons, and he crashes into the Nazi infantry.
All right.
Mechanically, he's using everything. He's using his grappling hook. He's using his talons. He's using his wings. And he's using 4 brawl. So he's going to roll 7.
7 dice. All right. And I'm rolling 8.
Yes, I know.
This is a tough scene. I think this is one of the toughest scenes in this sector.
How do I'm trying to get it to... Oh, there it is. Oh, 1... Oh, I need to roll a couple
Ooh,
of...
that is a lot of dice. That's 13 dice, I think.
Oh, it didn't tell me. Take the first 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I got 2 6s.
You got 2 6s.
And 2 4s.
All right, so that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 2 of them critical. To my 2. What would you like to do?
6 successes to your 2?
Yeah. 2 of them are critical, so
he'd take injury?
if you don't allocate any of your dice to defense.
He flies off this Goliath, his huge shadowy wings. He crashes into the infantry. You see this 3-wheeled vehicle just tumbling in the air as it's lifted off the ground by his grappling hook, flies over the top of his head and crashes into them. He's going to rend and tear this huge mist of blood. He gets covered completely except for his eyes, and he throws back pieces, a torso, a leg, and a pelvis, a head. A piece lands by each of his colony, Arena, Nicole, Chuck, and Cosgrave. He's going to spend 4 of those successes to give each of them a blood. And then he's going to take 3 successes against the...
Oh, you only have 6 total, right?
Oh, 2 successes against the objective.
All right, so you're going to take the damage then.
Yes.
All right. So your objective goes from 8 down to 6.
He gets 3 blood because he's in melee.
All right, so each of you, his colleagues of the knights, gain 1 blood as he has given that to you. I think that is... Okay. You have enough... You have that much blood already. Wow. Okay. And then you will take damage. So I'll roll a d6. So whatever your number 5 is, what is that? Oh, are you muted?
My number 5 is mauled, eviscerated.
Mauled. Okay, so you're not eviscerated yet. Eviscerated is the second stage. So you're mauled.
Yeah, I see that happen. I see him crashing in there. Maybe the 3-wheeled Goliath clips him a little bit as it tumbles past into the group.
All right, just a flesh wound.
Just
For
a flesh
Flint.
wound.
As he tears through the Nazis, limbs and blood flying everywhere, feeding his friends and moving this Goliath F400 a little closer to your escape. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
So the Goliath, that's what we decided we were going to take.
The Goliath was just a parts vehicle.
Okay.
It was tucked in the corner. He just used it as,
Just
a big rock.
All right. Well, I think as Chuck sees, let me make sure I got this. So which one do we want to take? The Italian Sportster?
You gotta take the fancy one.
All right. As Chuck sees Flint just start hurling body parts everywhere with his grappling hook and ascend into the sky, as he's coming down, Chuck will glance over all the vehicles and spot the Sportster it just sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, it's super fancy. It's nice. He's going to immediately just try to bob and weave through the cars and try to get it. And let's see if I can manage to do this. I guess try to hotwire it and get it going. So I've got an advance. So how do you use advances again?
You don't. Not yet, because you need the blood of an Ubermunchen.
Okay,
Before
that's
it's
right.
activated.
Damn. So I can't use elbow grease. That was because that would reduce the objectives rating by 4. So there goes that. So I will instead use the tool belt, which it says plus, or is jerry rigging a skill? No, it's just fix, isn't it?
Jury rigging? Is that
Yeah.
what the plus jury rigging mean?
And yeah, it just says plus jerry rigging. I don't know
Yeah,
if
so
that would
when
count
you're
as
using your
fix.
tools for jury rigging, whatever, you get to add a die. So if you're trying to use your tools to hotwire a car, that applies. You get an extra die
Okay.
for that.
All right, and then I'll use my fix skill, and then add 1 extra dice.
All right, so we got 3 successes, none of them critical, and I will roll my 8d6.
That's so many dice.
And my 3 successes.
All
right. So Chuck, what were you trying to? You were trying to get into this Italian speedster and start jerry rigging it with pull out your tools, start trying to hotwire this thing. All right. So as you do that, you can see the machine gunist on the armored vehicle swing his gun around, see you as you're making a run for the Italian speedster. He opens up on you. A string of bullets comes flying at you, pavement kicking up. None of them hit you, unfortunately. But with the sniper on the roof also tracking your movements, you're unable to actually reach the car to hotwire it. But you're not injured. You're just kind of trapped up against it, hiding from the stream of bullets headed your way. Who's next?
I think Iriana will see Chuck in danger and mark a blood to attempt to use dark glamour. You guys see like little bat come like flying down with like a little film camera, a little 35 millimeter, and she like poses up against the sports car, and she's just gonna try to like distract, mesmerize all these Nazis, and try to help Chuck get away to the car.
Influencers. All right. Go ahead. What do
Could
you want
I
to roll?
attempt to roll like con?
Yeah, that is a perfect con roll. And do you get any extra dice for your camera?
No, the camera was just flavor.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
And Chuck, remember to use it. Mark a pip on your tool belt because you
That's
used it.
beautiful. Okay. I should be rolling 5 here. Let's see.
Oh, are you serious?
That's
Only
just
one
one.
die?
Wait, no, I should be rolling 5. Okay, so here we go. So 1 success plus 3. So 4 successes.
4 successes. Am I 3? What would you like to do?
Okay. I'll take 1 injury, and I'll put 2 successes towards the objective. Yeah.
Got one left.
And then, yeah, could I do?
Oh no, you got one
And
left.
yeah, 1 left. I'll put 3 towards the objective. I want that car bad. And take an
Alright.
injury.
All right, you guys are down to 3 points left to meet your objective, but you will take an injury. Whatever is number 4.
4. My hair is ruined
Oh no.
during this photo shoot. Fuck. That's a big blow to Rihanna. She takes care of that hair. Not so much her arms, but
All right. So what you see is a bunch of infantrymen hunker down behind some old cars, taking position. They pull out their little sidearms, their rifles, or whatever they have, and they start firing at you. Some of them, obviously, all of them missing you. These guys are really bad shots, even with all these dice. But one just grazes your forehead and swishes your bangs so they hang from the right instead of the left.
quickly fixes
Totally.
it. Well, I mean, I guess I can't, but
Totally ruining the picture.
yeah. What a shame.
Alright. All right, who's next?
Alrighty.
Nicole hits a couple ballet moves. There's no explanation behind this. It's just like Swan Lake up in here. And she just prances cutting straight through the battlefield, winds up looking at the sniper who's looking at her, and throws a firebomb in a perfect arc, as though she has just been on the major league team, directly at the sniper. So I'm going
Nice.
to roll shoot for that. And
Okay.
it says +2 for firebomb, and it will create a fire trap. So yeah.
Nice. Wow. 4 successes,
Ooh.
one of them critical, so we have 5 total.
I get to keep my firebomb. Look at that. All right. So it explodes. You hear a lot of cursing from the sniper. Hold on, shit. It's getting real hot up in there. And she interprets that as applause and does a ballerina bow in the middle of the battlefield. Fantastic.
All right.
The bat
so-
takes some snapshots.
Yeah, starts posing.
All right. So you have like 5 successes to my 1. How do you want to split up your dice?
Can I bite someone? Is that possible?
You can certainly get some blood if you want. Yeah, in that same turn.
I would love to get some blood because that'll bring me to 3.
What does that look like?
While that's happening, there's like a little Nazi guy just in awe, and she says, "Don't mind if I do." Just grabs him on the shoulders and takes a big bite. Passes out. Again, another bow. I'm gonna defend myself for 1. So I guess the sniper does get off a shot, and I do like a little matrix lean out of the way, like a pirouette. And then I have, I guess 4. What is it? 4 more successes. So
You have 3 more.
3 more successes. Okay, great. So I'll put 2. We need 2 for the objective to be complete.
You need 3 to be
I need
complete.
3 for the objective to be complete. Okay, fantastic. So I'll put 3 for the objective to be complete. Jump into the car and say, "Let's go. The show's over." That's what I'll do.
All right. The objective is
One
complete,
more.
but you still have Cosgrave. What would you like to do? Your escape is assured, but you can still do something.
He was probably gonna like try to book it anyway, like try to avoid the Nazis, like at least try to, or at least attempt to distract them to make his way to the car. So like he wasn't like there's nothing I would really want to do at the moment anyway.
Yeah. All right. You're gonna
Yes.
Oh, fight him!
eat. You still have to roll something. If you want to forfeit your roll, you can. But I'm still rolling 8 dice.
Uh, he's probably gonna do sneak then, because he's probably gonna like do that like while they're distracted, I guess.
All right. Uh-oh.
And he fails. Extra passenger princess confirmed.
All right. I have 4 successes, which means
Oof.
Cosgrave, as you try and sneak to this car to join your friends and get in there, the sniper, after missing first Iriana, then Chuck, and Nicole, who's just flaunting it, is very annoyed at this time. So he takes his extra moment to take a deep breath, hold it, pull the trigger, and it hits you, Cosgrave. And it's going to hit you in the 2.
2.
Not in the
Okay.
2.
Love that for me. So with that, would both of them be?
Yeah. You mark
Okay.
off both pips in your
Okay.
first one. Can you describe what happens to Cosgrave?
So basically the bullet goes like straight through his shoulder and just like it kind of like slices everything and it just flops to the ground, and he's just like, motherfucker. Like, if I weren't so dead set on getting the hell out of here, you'd be dead. Like,
All right. So, yeah, you see this bullet rip through Cosgrave's shoulder, literally rip his arm off. You're 2 pips down on this. And you just see Cosgrave drop. He has not
So
reached...
how does the flashback mechanic work? Since
Good point.
he failed twice, could we
So
do something
Cosgrave...
about that?
Yeah, Cosgrave, you have an option. This is your skill roll. You had 2 or less successes, 0. You have the option this session You can only do it once per session. To have a flashback, and replaying that flashback will give you the opportunity to re-roll your stealth. Would you like to do that now?
Sure. What are the
Alright.
odds of it happening again?
All right. Just let me
Now
look
that I
up the-
say that, it's going to be a
Um,
lot higher than if I hadn't. So
Mhm.
Do you get to reroll though, or is it just her?
Cosgrave will get to re-roll them, but before he does that, we need to play through the flashback.
Right, but does that mean you get to reroll yours too?
No,
Or
no,
do your
no.
your successes stand? Okay.
My successes stand.
So
all
either
right.
way, she still has to beat 4 successes.
Well, as
You
Viking
gotta get
get
some sixes.
yeah, get some 6s or get total, like at least knock it down from 4 to 2, then it won't be a grievous injury.
Right.
The weapon.
All right. So I'm going to roll a d6 here to ask the first question for your flashback. 1. All right. So you are on board a plummeting airplane. This plane is about to crash imminently. You have mere seconds before it hits the ground. And my question to you is 3. You owe your life, and I'm going to roll a d4 here. And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You owe your life to Chuck. How do they save you in this moment?
ooh. I'll admit it's been a while since I've looked at Chuck's thing, so I'm trying to figure out how that would work.
Chuck is a cowboy vampire who has lost his hat.
Yeah, that's all I know about him at this point.
That's a sore spot. You didn't have to bring that up.
Damn shame. Damn shame.
Probably, I'm gonna go with. Damn, my idea kind of just disappeared. Chuck, repeat the question. My brain kind of just went blank. I'm sorry.
Sure. You're on a plane that's about to crash. Chuck is with you. He saves your life in this moment. How does he do that?
I'm just imagining that he has like whip or something, and like something happens where he like grabs both of us and like manages to whip like the whip goes like wraps around a tree branch or something, and like he saves both of us or something. Like that's just kind of where my mind went.
All right. So in the very last moments before this plane, in like fraction of a second before this plane hits the ground and kills you all, Chuck miraculously pulls out a bullwhip, scoops you up, and pulls you off the plane into safety. All right. With that flashback, you get to re-roll your stealth.
Okie dokie. We
2 successes.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
So that takes
nice.
my 4 down to 2. So you don't take the double pip. You don't lose your arm. Which is a
would that
good thing.
just would that reduce the one, or would it reduce both of them? Since, or does it like how does that change it?
So if you allocate those 2 dice to defend yourself, it counts against my 4 successes. So it takes my 4 down to 2, which is less than 3, which means that you don't take a grievous injury. Instead, you'll just take 1 injury, which is a number 2. So instead of losing an arm, you will. What is your injury for?
Number 2 is lost some fingers.
All right. So you lose some fingers instead of an entire arm. A little better.
I just kind of imagine like him with like basically just his middle finger left, and just he flips them off as he leaves.
Cosgrave turns to flip off the Nazis. He loses that middle finger. Chuck. Oh, he just disappeared. Oh, there you are. Chuck, since this was a flashback involving you, I'm going to have you describe how you once again save Cosgrave in this situation.
Well, I don't have a bullwhip this time. I think maybe as right before the sniper takes a shot, as Cosgrave is running towards the car, I grab his hand as he's running and kind of yank him towards the car with us, and maybe that bullet just whizzes by and hits the tip of his fingers on his other hand.
All right. You save Cosgrave from certain death once again. Just in the nick of time. Again, you have that insane ability to pull someone from harm's way and that last fraction of a second, allowing Cosgrave to survive and only lose that middle finger. All right. Nicely done,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
Who's driving? Who's driving?
I think Nicole is, right?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Is there a drive stat? No. Okay,
No,
sure.
there's no drive. Y'all know how to drive.
Nicole may roll shoot for drive.
Super drive.
All right.
It's either terrify or sneak.
It's both for me. If I'm driving, it's terrifying.
All right. So you have gotten past probably one of the more difficult sectors or scenes in this sector. Where would you like to go next? In Sector 2 still, with your
Okay.
Italian speedster.
I'm driving 100 miles per hour inside the city. I'm pointing out different landmarks. No one can understand anything I'm saying because everybody's too scared.
Flint is holding onto the back, his ears in the wind. He's let his shadow wings dissipate, and he sees this huge round circle that's moving in the air with lights and seats. And he looks in the window. It's probably down, and Nicole is driving. He goes, Coley, what's that? It's this big giant circle in the amusement center in the Hardin de Illumination. Giant circle, lights. He's holding on to either side of the front window, really.
Flint, you
On
get
top
it.
of the car, on top of the car, like probably like a dog. His tongue is partly out, and he's making little squealy sounds. Whee!
All right. So it sounds to me like you guys are heading to Le Jardin de Fées, Illumination, and Amusement. All right. Okay.
Oh, we're at the carnival.
You are going to the carnival.
On the way, Nicole has hit so many pigeons. So many pigeons have been hit.
All right. Pigeons and Nazis. That's what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. I have to find my bookmarks have all disappeared on me. There we go. I just want to see if this is. Oh my God. This is going to be fun.
For us, right?
I was hoping you guys would pick this one. Oh, this is
I don't
awesome.
like
Good
that
hope
tone
or
at all.
Bad hope, yeah.
I'm happy you are right now. I don't think
Like, this will be good for the players, or like, this will be good for me.
As you approach the carnival, you are you're going out of your way to drive on sidewalks, up stairways to hit every single pigeon you can, Nicole. And you're doing a really damn good job.
The hellish car ride. I'm in the back. Cosgrave is bleeding on me and having the worst time.
I think
And-
Chuck is trying to light
Cosgrave's
up
just
the
be
bar
like,
and he can't.
hey, if I hadn't lost
Yeah.
my finger.
Oh, you got a little new baby finger growing out right now. So you're good.
Miniature
notice-
flipping people off.
You notice that the pigeons start to get a little more scarce as you approach the carnival, and they are replaced by crows, and these crows are above you, circling ominously above the fairground. You pass by a completely useless tank, also alongside the road. It looks to have been abandoned. And you see above you, flying far above the crows, a warplane, an old Spitfire that seems to just suddenly, the engines, you can hear it sputter and die as it flies over the carnival and then drops like a stone. How I'll describe what this looks like. You can see the lights of the carnival still flickering as you quickly approach it. The Ferris wheel still turns ever so slightly. The carriage is swaying in the empty night. The carnival should be abandoned, but the machines seem to be grinding on. You hear the discordant music play as if the war forgot to end its show. But the war is here now. You've brought it here. But you can all tell that something is terribly wrong with this place. As you pass by that tank, you notice that it is rusted, as if it has been sitting there for centuries. And its skeletal remains of the crew kind of laid over it as if on some rusted metal altar. When you pull into the parking lot, you see her. She rides down the Ferris wheel like a comet. She leaps from its frame, feet touching the earth, like the curse falling from the lips of a god. And she grins. And I have a picture of her for you. Is this one? This is her. You guys aren't actually in Sector 3. I don't know why this has labeled Sector 3, but this is the Rust Witch. Their first Ubermenschen. Now, keep in mind, Ubermenschens are like bosses in this fight. So they're going to be very difficult to kill, and they hit hard. You need to get past this witch. That's your sole objective. Just get past her. You notice that in addition to the witch, there you have some other threats. The skeletal remains of that tank seem to animate.
Oh, no.
So you have to deal with the witch and her undead friends.
So I'm assuming her name is Rust Witch. She has just like metal arms and stuff hanging out of her.
Let me see if there's a better description of her.
Because if so, I'm definitely gonna mark a blood and use my acid spit, which gives me 2 extra dice for metal.
So let me describe her.
Hell
This
yeah.
is kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Rust Witch, and her name is just Rust Witch. She had her true name removed by a team of surgical occultists. Uses golden technology harvested from Atlantean satellite ruins to manipulate the forces of chance and decay. Of all the Ubermenschen in Paris, she is the most difficult to control and has a penchant for wild chaos. Raw entropic power harvested from catastrophes runs through her blood. Machines malfunction, metal rusts, supports snap, and fail-safes fail in her presence. When she focuses her attention, the results can be catastrophic. All right. Who wants to go first?
Nicole has
See,
eyes. I'm not going first, but you see Nicole has heart eyes.
I'm gonna hop out the car immediately and like try to get some high ground. Maybe like, so this Rust Wish is just like hopped off of the Ferris wheel like down in front of us, or where's she?
No. Yeah. So I kind of misspoke that. This Ferris wheel, she's riding it.
At? Oh,
The
that's
whole
amazing.
Ferris wheel has kind of come off its hinges, and she's kind of like, as it rolls forward, she's just kind of riding it towards you
Sure.
until.
Yeah, I would love to like hop on the Ferris wheel as well, and then kind of wait for a chance where I'm slightly like higher than her and take a shot with my punning rifle.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah, so Iriana just immediately hops out of the car, couldn't be happier. That was a hellish car ride. She's wiping her clothes off of Cosgrave's blood. She's ready to kill. She's gonna hop on the Ferris wheel. Like it's actually like a comical waiting time. You know, she's just kind of waiting. Her and the witch are like locking eyes a couple times. She's gonna take a shot with her hunting rifle.
Oh, you don't want to lock gazes with this witch. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
All right. So you can roll.
she's just kind of assessing her outfit.
All right. So I am going to be rolling 7 dice.
Okay. I will be rolling 4.
Good odds.
Oh,
By the way,
two successes.
when you fight the witch, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are failures. Only 5s and 6s count.
Okay.
So you
So
have
that
one
is
success.
one success. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed.
Her 4.
Yeah.
How would you like to spend your one
That's
success?
gonna hurt bad. Definitely defend myself.
Oh,
Could-
it's
no, I
defending
couldn't.
yourself is pointless.
Okay.
She's already got 3 net successes.
Right.
Oh, okay. Man, I guess I'll put it towards the witch. You know,
All right,
Towards
try to
taking her
eliminate the
down.
witch. All
maybe
right.
I'm just a distraction at this point.
By the way, if you manage to drink the blood of this witch, you can unlock one of your advances.
Cool.
All right. So you'll do 1 point against her. So she goes from a 10 to a 9. Luckily, there is no challenge rating on her. But she will, as you foolhardily jump onto this Ferris wheel with her, trying to gain some height advantage. You pull out your rifle, you have a clean shot, or so you think.
Right.
You lock eyes with her, and you realize it's probably not a good thing to do with this witch, as you can feel the blood in your body, any kind of blood that you might have still coagulating in, start to almost break out of you like in hives, and then starts to form on your skin like little beads of sweat. And she just holds up her hand, and they all come flying to her as she is draining you. And she will do a grievous injury to you in the process. What is near your number 6?
You wouldn't believe it. I think it's lose another arm. Could I invoke my right to a flashback?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I would love to do that.
All right, let's do that flashback. Where'd it go? Keep losing it. Flashback, where did you go?
As she realizes, oh no, a second arm is
Okay,
about to be lost.
I'm gonna roll a d6 to give you the context. You are extracting a spy from behind enemy lines. I'll let you choose. Choose one of your friends here.
Sure. I think at this point, Chuck and I have known each other for a long time.
All right.
He's kind of like a god savior figure. Clint Eastwood before he went Clint Eastwood mode. I think Chuck. I have this spy grabbed by the hand, and I don't realize like on his vest there's an explosive, explosive arm charge, and he, as soon as he's about to detonate, Chuck has his bullwhip this time, and then he grabs him out of the way, snatches him, flings him to the side of the room, and he blows up, kind of like in Jurassic World or whatever the hell that movie is, and then saves my life. Arm is still intact, and she kind of goes back to that memory of, oh man, can't lose an arm again.
Mm-mm.
All right. Chuck, I'm going to ask you a question at this point. You don't want, in this moment, in this flashback moment, and Iriana's doing this, you have a sense you don't want to see her fail in this mission or in this task. What do you most respect about Iriana to make you want to help her?
I'd say her drive. I mean, it seems like, when we had rescued the spy, she was the one who went in and grabbed him. And even at this particular junction, she acted first. She just went straight and grabbed the Ferris wheel and rode it up. And she always meets things head on.
All right. Nicely done, guys. Go ahead and re-roll.
Okay, so I'm re-rolling shoot with 4.
Yep.
Come on.
And did you add the bonus to your rifle for having the height advantage or whatever? Is there a bonus?
I did, yes. I only have a 3
Okay.
for shoot.
Okay.
But yeah, that's 3 successes.
Heck
That
yeah.
is 3 successes against my original 4.
Or wait, I thought it was 5 and 6.
2. I think it's 2 because it's...
Oh, the 4 is
Yeah,
wrong. Yeah,
because
you only
it's
get
just
2.
2 successes.
2 successes
Oh, man.
to my 4. If you use
Uh-huh.
it both to defend yourself, then it'll go from a grievous injury just to a normal one.
Sure, yeah, I think I'll use them both to defend myself in lieu of my arm coming off.
Okay. So what happens instead?
Man, she notices she like locks her gaze with this rust witch, and immediately turns around and doesn't even take a shot. Well, I guess she kind of does. Takes a shot and then looks away.
All right. So you only take the
Immediately.
1 point of damage instead of the 2. But you're still in the game. Yeah, because if you went down,
And
you would
it's,
be in
it's
the.
still on the. It's
It's
still on the
number
6.
6. Yeah, still on the 6.
Okay, so I lose an arm. I still lose an arm. I had an injury in that. God damn it.
God, you're like a Black Knight from Monty Python. All right. Not dead
A
yet.
flesh wound.
Tis the flesh wound.
All right. All right. Who wants to go next? You guys see Iriana rush up there to draw first blood, but instead loses her second arm.
Damn.
For the first time. She loses her second arm for the first time.
I think as Chuck sees Iriana run up there to meet this threat head on again, having that flashback, he's going to immediately step out of the car, put his cigar out, and just kind of look and watch Iriana do all this and just mutter to himself, "Fool," and just start sprinting, following Iriana, and maybe try to get on the Ferris wheel. And seeing her gaze and what it did to Iriana, try to avoid her gaze, but maybe try to find a weak point on the Ferris wheel and maybe try to dismantle it to throw her off.
All right.
So I used my tool belt once, right? So I'm going to use my tool belt again. And I think he's going to mark a blood to do his acid spit to maybe try to melt some of the supports on it as well.
Okay.
So that'll give me 1, 2, 3 extra dice.
Yep.
And I'll do fix, which I have 4 in.
All right, so that's 7 dice.
All right. Here we go. Maybe.
Let's see it.
Oh, one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 2 successes and a 5. 2 critical successes and a 5, so it totals 2, 4, 5 successes. Not bad.
Oh, let me mark blood real quick.
To my 3. What would you like to do?
Let's see. So she's gonna do 3 damage. I think, and I have how many successes? I have 5 or
Yeah, 5.
5. Okay, so I think I'll take 1 damage. That'll give me 3 more successes. And I'd like to think as he's spitting this acid and he's got his toolkit out and he's just like trying to dismantle this Ferris wheel. Maybe some of the acid drips from one support and goes to the next support, and then kind of like Aliens where it's just going through the supports. She gets thrown off and tumbles down the street, and Chuck lands on top of her. How many successes does it take to drink her blood? Does it still just
one success? Yeah.
Okay. Maybe while she's in a daze, not really paying attention from the fall, he'll kind of grab her by the side of her head and pull her head one way and then bite down on her neck. So that gives me 2 more successes, right?
Yeah. So
Damage,
1 to defend
drink.
yourself. 1 to drink. What was the other ones?
1 to defend myself, 1 to drink, and I'll do 3 points of damage. Or can I drink her again?
You can drink for as many points as you like.
So I'll drink her twice and then do 2 points of, I guess, damage to her.
Okay.
And maybe as she's on the ground, put 2 or 3 rounds from my revolver in her chest.
Okay.
As I'm drinking.
Just so you know, even though you're getting multiple points of blood from her, you only get to mark 1 advance. It's per Ubermenschen that you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still
So
get the 2 blood, though.
Yeah, you still get the 2 blood if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take
All
it.
right.
Why not?
And page am I on again? 41. And her blood tastes like as you sink your teeth into her neck to start drawing her blood, some of the blood that she stole from Iriana just moments ago, it tastes immediately like your tongue is on fire, as if you have a mouthful of stinging nettles in your mouth. It's just on fire. But after that initial burn passes, it tastes like pop rocks and tonic water. Just a lot of fizz going on in your mouth. That's an aftertaste. All right, so you
Is it
can
good
unlock.
stuff?
You can unlock one of your advances. By the way, if you guys ever want to heal yourself, at any point in time, you can spend 3 blood to remove 1 point, 1 injury.
Okay.
And I should take 2 points of damage?
Oh yeah, I gotta do your damage. You took you'll take an injury. Number 1.
That is I already have 1 pip, so that'll be full, and that is shot full of holes. Mark 1 blood at the start of your next turn. Well, there goes some of the blood I just got.
All right. So as you fall upon you collapse this Ferris wheel. It crumbles. The crust which falls to the ground. You leap on top of her to drink her blood, but as you do so, the awakened Nazi zombie skeleton soldiers open fire on you and riddle you with bullets.
I'd like to think Chuck is on like a real high from drinking her blood, and his eyes are like just almost bloodshot, and his pupils are real tiny. And as he's shot full of holes, he just stands up from on top of her as he puts a few rounds into her and just kind of looks back at the zombie Nazis.
All right. So you did 3 points of damage to her, right? So she's down to 6. Who's next?
I see that, and I'm like, the heart eyes weren't for admiration. They were, I'm going to eat you. So Nicole starts dead sprinting over after seeing this. And he's getting some. She's like, I want some too. And goes to bite the rest witch, leaving a gift for her in the form of a stick of dynamite that will hopefully blow her scrap metal ass to smithereens. So my plan is to come in, again waltzing, dive on her, get a bite, blow her up, and then run off into the sunset, the cinematic background. This is what I am trying to do.
All
Let's
right.
see it happen.
What's you rolling?
I'm going to be using dynamite, which is a +4, and I'm also going to use shoot, which is also 4, so that'll be 8. And it says here, if I use explosives, then the challenge rating of the threat goes down by 1 for a
Okay.
staffer ability.
There is no challenge rating on her. So it's still, it doesn't have an effect.
That's not a thing. Okay. And if I crit, then I get my dynamite back. So let's hope that I do.
You crit? Oh my gosh, look at that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 successes.
I've got on
Holy.
shades now. I'm upping it up. I've got a leather jacket on. You know what I'm saying? I've got background music. I've got backup dancers. We are going for it right now.
Oh my god. Okay, I only got 2 successes to your 8.
Okay. One of my successes I'm going to use, and I have 3 blood banks, so I'm going to heal for 1. But I'm going to use one of my successes to bite her. And be like, ew, this is expired. I'm gonna use. I have 7 left. Jeez. We need 6 to complete this, right?
You need 6 to beat her.
To
Yep.
beat her. I take the most obnoxious second bite of blood that you've ever seen, and that'll give me 6. I'll have 6 left. Or you got
You'll
2
have
successes.
6. I have 2 successes. Yep.
Oh shoot! Wow, they're real crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna complete the objective. I just come in, kicking and screaming like a goddamn Power Ranger, and blow her up.
All right. So you'll take 2 bites. Take seconds. You go in for seconds.
Yes.
But you'll take an injury as a result. What is number 1 for you?
I took an injury for taking a second bite.
Yeah, because you didn't defend yourself.
Oh, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. Damn. Well, then that. It says on 1 dazed headshot.
Okay,
Is
so
that
you're
right?
probably just dazed then.
Okay.
Look at that. So you
That-
mark 1 pip on that track. Yeah, so
Okay.
you're dazed. So as you go in for the first bite, and you get that mouthful of expired witch taste, just kind of nasty, but it's good. You feel good. You can check off, activate one of your advances.
Okay.
And you go in. It just tastes so good, though. You go in for a second, and as you do so, she just looks up at you, and in her death throes, you can see the life draining from her sickly, pale eyes. Just gives you a nasty headbutt. Just that last, the last act of defiance.
She's gonna kiss me, and then she headbutt me. What was happening?
And then she falls limp and silent. And as she falls, the Nazi animated zombie soldiers lose their will to live and collapse to the ground too.
And stay out.
Nicely done, guys. That was a tough Uber mention. 2 of you didn't even get to get in the fight. All right. I'm gonna call on you guys first for the next scene then. Where are you now? You guys arrived at the expensive looking garage. You went to the carnival.
Someone else takes the keys from Nicole before she can get back in there. Driver.
Oh, but by the way, this car, if you do something with this car that is considered a stunt, you get +2 dice.
Oh shit.
Now he tells us.
Could have rammed the cart under the Ferris wheel. I wouldn't have had to use my
I
toolkit.
assume the keys are still in the car while Nicole ran off, and Iriana decides that she's gonna drive, wait for everyone to like feast, do whatever, and then wait for everyone to hop back in. And I think she's in the mood for some music. If you guys are, let's go to the concert hall.
Yeah, I think Chuck's probably just going to be in the backseat bleeding profusely through those bullet holes.
Oh yeah, no, I've got one arm. I'm driving, one arm.
One arm, Ariana.
Hey man, it's possible to drive with one arm. You just got to learn how.
Yeah, there you go.
So, do you have enough blood, Chuck, to heal yourself?
How many is it? 3, right?
3.
And you don't have to have blood unless it states to use in advance, right?
Yeah, blood is only used to trigger abilities or advances.
Okay.
Or heal yourself.
I'm going to mark elbow grease, which doesn't say I need blood to use, so I think I can use that. So then I'll use my 3 to heal.
Probably good.
And that's
good
just
bet.
one.
Otherwise, you won't be able to collect them. Yep, that's
So
just
now-
one bit.
So then now I'm just got a flesh wound and just slightly mauled.
Just slightly more.
Very
All right,
bad to do it.
you guys are in rough shape, but still moving. As
Could
you
I
head.
also mark my cigarettes, like smoke a cig on the way there, and get 2 blood?
Oh, cool. Is that once per session?
No, it's just one of my items.
All right. And you can mark it. Does it have a pip thing on it? You
Yep.
mark its use. Okay. Cool. All right.
How does
you head
smoking
to
a cigarette give you blood?
They're special cigs.
Special
Blood
cigs. man.
cigs.
All right. Let me find this concert hall.
I'll have 2 more uses left on my tool belt.
They're actually just menthols, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you were smoking like the funny cigarettes. I won't ask for one.
Clove. They're clove.
Clove cigs.
Cloves. I forgot
Keep
about
the
those. I
dog
forgot those
and
existed.
werewolves away.
That's like the heaviest thing you could possibly smoke. Eyes just crossed.
All right. So you arrive at this concert hall, and it is a grand structure that seems to have withstood the constant bombing, the shelling, the gunfire. It looks in remarkably good shape. The streets outside of it are empty, save for the patrons of this music hall that are fleeing the scene. They are running towards you, not knowing, obviously, who you are, or perhaps the threat that is inside is far worse than you.
Hmm.
You can hear music, strings, and of an orchestra playing inside. Sometimes a note wavers a little or goes off tune, and suddenly there is a scream and silence. And then the music picks up again.
What does the handbill say? Who's performing?
They're playing Wagner.
Oh no, they got a guy.
They're playing Wagner. And you can see hanging on the sides of this enormous music hall, like the giant red swastikas. And beside them, you see smaller banners of a very handsome looking German Nazi officer. Typical Aryan look, blonde, coiffed hair, bright blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And as you make your way in, you notice more people fleeing. You see some people huddled in a corner trying to hide. You see more posters of this individual as you make your way deeper and deeper into this concert hall until you see a door that lies open into the main hall itself where you hear the music playing. And inside you see a man. His back to you, but you can tell he's the same man in the picture from the blonde hair and the uniform, the Nazi uniform. And there is an orchestra playing on stage. But the orchestra is half slaughtered. And the rest of them that are playing are clearly terrified as they continue to try to play Wagner on their violins, on their cellos. And every time a musician misses a beat, misses a chord or a note, he ruthlessly leaps up. And as he does so, horns and scales seem to erupt from his back and his neck. And his, instead of hands, he has these massive claws, and he just rips the throat out of one of the musicians. And you can just hear him say in a soft, sinister voice, "Start again. You cannot. You will not leave until I have heard all of Wagner's works. Played perfectly." He notices that some of the orchestra pit is looking up towards the balcony where you guys are. And you can see him slowly turn his gaze up towards you. Instead of that handsome, typical Aryan face, you see the face of a demon. Immense fangs coming out of his mouth, his face torn apart almost as if split in half. Pieces of flesh hanging off it. You can see bone and skull beneath. Flint, Cosgrave, you are the first to go. What would you like to do? Obviously, this is clearly another Ubermenschen.
Just our luck.
And it's this is the charming fellow here.
Oh no. This is his last day.
He's got some Bugs Bunny
Gotta
teeth.
love it.
All right, Cosgrave, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to figure that out. Well, that would work in this situation. I don't know exactly how I would want to use that. So sorry, I'm trying to figure out how that would work if I haven't had the blood of an Ubermenschen yet. Okay.
You don't have that yet then. You need to drink his
Okay,
blood first.
yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I'm probably gonna do the Danse Macabre just to see if I can, like, distract him.
Okay. Can you describe what
Yeah.
that looks like? What is that?
So probably to the horror of the like orchestra, one of their fallen comrades or like fellow orchestra members kind of just rises up and starts doing this weird, grotesque tap dance, and like just goes around and like tries to distract this Ubermensch and just like try to get his attention away from us.
Okay. So do you have a blood? This ability
I
costs one
did.
blood.
I took it off
Okay.
already.
All right.
Yeah.
And in order to get the extra die from it, there are some words you have to say. It's in the
Oh,
brackets.
Oh, wait. Let me just. Okay, fine. Where I X'd out of it, so we're gonna do that. Cosgrave will just kind of yell out, "Hans, are you okay?" Just like like in a weird like laughter, yet like laughing, but trying to do like the creepiest voice he can at the same time.
All right. So you yell from the balcony, "Hans, are you okay?" And you see one of the cellists that this Ubermensch ruthlessly murdered suddenly twitch and get to its feet and start tap dancing. What would you like to do? What skill would you like to roll?
So I think Terrify wouldn't really work. So is Con convince? Yeah. Or am I like wrong on that?
Do whatever you want.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to make sure I like. So I would add an extra d6 to that, yeah?
Yep. Because
Okay,
of Hans.
cool. And go. Fingers crossed. At least one goes towards it. Yay! At least
All right.
one.
That's 3 successes. This individual has a challenge rating though of 1.
Oof.
So if you want to do damage to him, you need to apply at least 2 successes to damage him.
Okay.
Luckily, he only has 4 dice to roll.
Oh, okay, cool.
No
Ooh,
successes.
no success.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 1, like put 2 of them towards doing damage to him, and then is our objective like getting away from him or like killing him?
Your
Or
objective is, well, it's funny because this objective is relatively simple. It's just to get away, and you only need
Okay.
4 points to do so. So if you
Okay.
want to, you can get away. But this guy, it's a sack full of Ubermensch blood. So if you guys
okay.
if you guys want to activate some of your advances by drinking his blood, this would be a perfect opportunity.
Okay. I'm still on the balcony, yeah? So
Yep.
I'm probably gonna, while he's distracted, like, try to go down and attempt to drink some of his blood. Then,
Yeah, you're a vampire. You can, I think, turn into a bat and just get down there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll let that happen. Or you can just jump down there and break some bones. Who cares? You're a vampire.
no, I'll do
Oh.
I'll do the bat thing and
All
do
right.
that. So,
All right. So you,
Yeah.
as what's his name again? Damon Bloat. Damon Bloot is temporarily distracted by the tap dancing Hans cellist. You swoop down from the balcony. You spend 1 point to drink his blood.
yeah.
1 point. Okay. And with the other 2 successes, you want to damage him.
Yeah.
All right. Since he has a challenge rating of 1, that takes one of your successes away. So you only do 1 point of damage to him. But mark
That
the
is
blood.
fine.
You get a blood.
Okay.
Activate one of your advances. Unlock one of your advances. And I'll take 1 point of damage off of Damon Bloot. All right. Flint.
Yes.
Flint hops up on the banister, arm trailing over Nicole as she's smoking, or Arena as she's smoking, and he kind of just turns his head, does a half pirouette, and just dives off it. His eyes close because he doesn't need to see. He can just feel the heartbeat of this demon.
Oh no. He's frozen.
Oh, I am.
There you are. There you
He spirals into the stage and attacks the demon.
are. All right.
His wings kind of dissipate behind him, and his eyes are still closed because he could just feel the demon's rapid heartbeat. The music fades. So he's going to roll Terrify
Okay.
plus 1 dice for wings and 1 dice for sensing his heartbeat.
Nice.
I hope I hit it right. Oh, let's see. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh, 2 successes. Criticals. To my 3.
So I have 4 total, or just,
I have 4 total.
and you have 3.
The only time the criticals really matter, like 6s matter, is if you have, if you want to activate an ability or an advance that requires special,
Oh,
then you
okay.
have to take one of those criticals, like the 2 successes to apply to do it.
So I'm still down by 1.
You are up by 1.
Oh, up by 1.
Yeah.
I think I'll put 1 to him, drink 1 blood, and take 2. I think he lands into the demon, and it's just a massive demon against vampire. They waltz around this stage. The orchestra is thrown all over the place as this combat, like a dance, mars the stage itself. He damages the demon and takes damage on himself. And here, drink 1 blood, put 1 to them, and take the other 2.
All right.
Or
So
here, defend 1, drink 1 blood, and how many does he have left?
if you use 1 to defend yourself,
Mhm.
you'll have 2 net successes, which is just going to be 1 injury.
Yeah, I think here, drink blood, defend twice, and put 1 to him.
Okay, so he has a challenge rating of 1, so
Ah.
you're going to need to apply 2 to hit him.
Yeah. Okay, so drink blood, defend once, and apply 2 to him.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and take a blood. Unlock
This
one of
tw-
your advances.
Right. He's
take-
in melee, so he. Go ahead.
And take injury number 4, whatever that is.
Injury number 4 is, once it comes up. Come on. Broken teeth. I think he just mashes in. He's got these long teeth coming out, and in his eagerness, or just breaks off one of them as they're fighting across the stage.
All right. So the rest of you see Flint hurl himself down onto the stage and engage in this terrifying display of wings and bone and teeth as the demon fights vampire on this stage. They're both tearing at each other. Flint, you get a good bite in and take some of his blood. But in response, maybe you hit a bone or something too hard and one chips your tooth, and you see some of Flint's teeth go shatter and fall to the stage. In the meantime, the orchestra scatters. They stop playing, obviously. Some of them continue to try playing, despite all this because they're so terrified of this demon brute. But as he realizes and hears the orchestra stopping to play, he just turns his attention momentarily from you, Flint, back to the stage, and he yells commands to the closest violinist, play. And who's next?
I'll go. I think Chuck, seeing Flint jump down and attack, Chuck will follow suit and jump off the balcony as he lands. His trench coat kind of lands around him. He gets up and just uses his dual pistols, Maria and what was the other one? Maria and Betsy, and just starts unloading with these dual pistols into the Ubermunchen.
Okay. Dual wielding pistol cowboy with a hole in his hat. All right.
So that'll give me +1 extra die for shoot.
All right. So you have 3 successes, one of them critical, could be 4. I have 3.
I literally just healed. I think he will defend for 2, drink for 1, and then so we do have an objective marker or a rating or whatever.
Yeah, your objective is, well, you have 2. You can achieve your objective in one of 2 ways. You can either kill this guy or just get the hell out.
What do you guys want to do? You want to try to kill him, or?
I say we each drink his blood and then, yeah, kill his ass.
All right. So, yeah, I'll defend for 2, and then try to do 2 points of damage to him.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 points of damage. So translate to 1. Drink his blood for 1. So that's 3.
I'm not gonna drink his blood.
Oh, you're not drinking his blood?
Because he's got 3 successes. I have 4. I'm gonna defend for, I'm just gonna defend for 2, and then do 2 points of damage.
Well, I'll tell you this much: defending for 1 or 2 isn't going to make a difference. So I'm going to do 1 point of damage.
I agree.
Okay. So then I'll just do 2 points of damage, and then I'll drink twice.
You still need to put at least 1 point in defense, though.
Okay, so then I'll drink once and then defend once.
Okay. All right, so you defend once, so you'll take a minor injury, which is going to be a number 3.
Nice. All right, at least that's one I don't have a pip on, which is limping. So I'll say is Chuck is just pulling the hammers back on these revolvers. He's stepping through all of the thrown instruments and chairs, just unloading, getting closer and closer until he gets right up to where Flint and him are kind of dancing around the stage. And he'll just come from behind and again pull his head to the side and just take a big old bite out of his neck, out of the same hole Cosgrove took a bite out of.
All right. So you take that damage. As you do that, he'll just take a tuba that's lying on the stage and he just swings it around right into your shins for that 1 point of damage. You can unlock an advance. You can take a blood, and he will take 1 point of damage. Just so you guys know, this guy is a beast. He is a freaking tank. He can take a lot of punishment. So it'll take a while to kill this guy. Nicole, or Iriana. Which one of you guys want to go next?
Go for it.
Okay. Nicole sees everything that's going on, and as a lover of music and a hater of Wagner, immediately does a swan dive directly off the balcony into the crowd, landing on a soft cushion, and then just runs straight up to Poster Boy. Past Poster Boy, I get a bow from a violin off the stage and try to jam it directly down his throat. Also in that bow is another stick of dynamite. Let's try to blow him up. This isn't my first rodeo, bitch.
Just feeding everyone dynamite, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys need to take your medicine. Nobody told you to be on the wrong team. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can blow these guys up. 2, 3, 4. Also, if I crit on this, I'll get my dynamite back, and if this hits or connects with him, his threat challenge rating should be reduced by 1, making it easier for everybody else to get hits off,
There you go.
or easier for us to escape, either or.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Ooh, so many dice.
Hey, at least I got my dynamite
3
back.
successes, 1 critical.
So how many is that? Like 4?
That is 4 to my
Okay.
1.
All right, so I get my dynamite back. I'm going to defend myself for that 1, so I don't take damage, and I have 3 left. With one of those 3, I'm going to bite this guy while he's gargling bows and violas. And then I am going to deal him 2 damage, and by that damage, I pick up 2 cellos and go like right across his head. You're stupid. Never read the Latin. Nobody told you to get possessed. Just fussing at him, pulling his hair out. That's what I do.
All right.
So like an acme char of explosion around him, and run off.
All right. So as you pummel him with dynamite, a violin bow, 2 cellos, and you take a bite out of him, and you do damage. Where does he? At what point does he lose his challenge rating?
It says, this is what it says. It says, Sapper, when you use explosives and you get a special, which is to say crit, reduce an object or threat's challenge by 1.
Okay. So if you're going to use your special, you have to use that 6, the 2, which is the 2 successes to activate that ability.
Okay. So what does that mean?
That means that if you use that's your 2 successes from your 6. You use 1 to defend yourself. You only have 1 dice left. Do you want to use that to bite him?
I'm going to still bite him. I'm going to bite him, and then I'm going to run away. And I'll be like,
All right,
I'll be
so you bite
back.
him. So you don't do any damage to him, but what happens is it's as you hit him with all sorts of instruments and your dynamite, some of the scales on his body just kind of slough off, making him a little bit more vulnerable. He no longer has that challenge rating, so you guys don't have to get past that first success to actually hit him for any future attacks. Iriana.
All right. Puts out her sig. Simply walks up, struts up to the man who is currently in battle with Flint. Flint's trying to stab him to death with his own tooth. And she says, "Hey, I'm a session piano player from Prague. I heard you guys needed a pianist, so I'm here to kind of fulfill that role." And she's one-armed. She's gonna hop up on the piano with one arm and then attempt to roll a con. Is that chill?
All right.
Also, another question: could I mark a blood to use the same ability, or you could just use like one ability once?
No, you can use ability anytime, as long as you mark the blood.
Cool. Yeah, I will mark a blood for Dark Glamour and give myself a little D6.
All right.
Let's see.
1 critical success. Uh-oh.
Not very good.
And I got 4 1s.
that
Oh,
Unbelievable.
there we go.
works.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
we like-
totally, I'm sorry. I'm walking up to the stage, hop on the piano for a split second, turn around, bite a little blood off of this guy. All right, delicious. So I believe like his threat was reduced by 1, so I could also like do some damage.
You can do 1 point of damage.
Okay, yeah, I completely like tear off the top part of the piano that's like, holding the, whatever you call it. I'm not a piano player, and she slams it on top of this guy's head. And neither
Oh
is
my
she.
gosh.
Neither is Iriana. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing on the keys.
All right.
All right.
This poor Uber mention. You guys are ganging up on him on the stage, feeding off of him. Like he's like a feeding frenzy going on right now. He's still strong. You guys have done 4 points of damage to him, and it looks like you barely scratched the surface of how much damage this guy can take. Top of the next round. I just want to make sure there are no special abilities that he has at every round. Some of them do. No, he does not. No, this guy's just a big blood sack for you guys to feed on. So, what do you guys want to do this next round? Your objective is still to run away, and only requires 4 successes. You've all fed off of him. What do you guys want to
You
do now?
hear Nicole go boop boop. Somehow she's stolen the keys back. Time to go.
What the hell?
Now you have to decide what's worse, this guy or her driving. Make a choice. Let's move it.
All right, Nicole, what do you want to roll?
What I want to roll? Let's see. Am I still fighting Uber guy, or are we trying to run away? I want to try to leave, but I want to be menacing as I go. So I'm gonna say, no. Maybe can I shoot and run away?
Yeah, you sure can.
Oh, I can. Okay. I'm going to throw another firebomb at him, and basically, like, the fire marshal is going to shut this place down. And it's like spinning in the air like Xena's little circular thing, and I try to hit him with a firebomb as I tell everyone to get to the chopper, get in the car because we're gonna leave. So that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna roll shoot. And add 2 for fire trap. And let's see what happens. All right.
You're on fire tonight.
I'm so
All right.
good.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. 2 of them being critical. To my 2 successes.
I am going to. So I got 2. Okay. I got 4. So 6 successes, right? I already fed, so I can't feed again. Can I?
You can drink more blood off of them, but it won't unlock another advance.
Okay. In that case, I will. I didn't think this far. I didn't think that was going to work. So I'm going to be real with you. So I'm going to go ahead and defend myself for 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to get my firebomb back with the other crit. And then with the 2 that are left, I'm going to damage. No, there's no reason. We're running away. I'm gonna take another bite of this guy and just put it in my blood bag and damage him for 1, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you guys are just having a blast with this guy. I forgot to mention what his blood tastes like. As you sink your teeth in it actually tastes good. It tastes kind of like chicken soup.
Yeah.
If that soup were just made from the fat, the rendered fat of a chicken, but there's this tangy aftertaste as if someone stubbed a cigar out in the soup. It's a kind of like an ashy, earthy
Have like a
flavor.
mezcal kind of vibe.
If I
Sure.
That sounds disgusting. And if I have 3 blood, can I heal myself?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Okay. I want to do that. I want to heal myself. I got
Yeah,
it.
that's a good point. You guys can just stay here and feed off him until you're all healed up.
Good. Honestly, we'll do that.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. As he's set ablaze by Nicole, and she's feeding on him. Kind of pissed that he hit him in the shin because it really hurt more than anything, and just kind of irritated Chuck. He's going to continue just to put rounds into him again, and he's going to dual wield his revolvers again and just try to put as many rounds as he can into him.
All right. Point blank.
Where's shoot? There it is.
One critical. All right. You have 2 successes to my 2 successes.
I'm just gonna defend. I really need the blood because I'm got a pip marked on literally everything.
All right. So you're going in, you're unloading on him, and you can just see him pick up another tuba, and he's just like holding it up and deflecting and absorbing all the shots you're throwing at him. And then he hurls it at one of the orchestra players and says, "Play." All right, who's next?
Flint sees Nicole leave, probably hears her yell. He's locked in this dance with the demon. He'd like to stay, but his colony is telling him it's time to fly. So he takes his grappling hook, and you just see it go round and round as he's still fighting with the demon. And he flings it up into the rafters, and as it's trailing out, he slashes at the demon and grabs it and just swings on it out through the window to the front.
All right.
I think
What role is that going to be?
It'll probably be sneak with his 2 dice from grappling hook.
All right.
I think that's best.
All right. 3 successes, 1 critical. So 4 total, and I have 2. What would you like to do?
I think he is going to drink blood, do 1 to him, and prevent the other 2 to himself. He lashes out in one final kiss to the demon as he grabs the end of his grappling hook, and it lifts him up, and he just swings in this long, lazy circle out through the front door. He has this little last tap on the demon, drinks 1 blood, does 1 damage, and just swings out of the way when the demon tries to counterattack.
All right. Nicely done. Just a reminder, you still have 0 points towards your objective. Still need the full 4. Who hasn't gone this round yet? Cosgrave. What do you want to do?
He'll probably like quickly just go like wink at one of the guy orchestra members and be like, "Call me," and just kind of like skip and like start skipping, do a somersault, and then turn into a bat and try to fly off.
Okay. So what do you want to roll there?
I guess I'm just gonna do sneak because I feel like that
All right.
is something that he'd do.
1 critical success. And I have 3.
Ooh. I guess. You defend. Like, if I do both to defense,
You only need one for
Oh,
defense.
I only need one defense. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'd do one for defense, and then I guess the other towards the goal.
Objective. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll take an injury, and that injury is going to go against number 3.
Number 3. If you'd actually come up, I can. Number 3. Okay, fun. That is fully checked off now. Yay.
Okay. And what is the
All they'll
second
be
one?
able to see is that just half of a bat face just kind of like sloughing off as it flies away.
Okay. Let me see what that is. A shot in the face. Okay, so what he will do is he'll take the violin bow that Nicole generously fed him earlier on. He'll take it out of his throat, and he will throw it like a spear at the back of your head as you're busily doing somersaults down the and cartwheels down the aisle to get away, and it just spears you straight through the temple, goes right out the other side. You have this violin bow like this now.
He's gonna make the
Alright.
best out of it, honestly. That's just what Cosgrave would do.
All right. Iriana, have you gone this round yet?
No.
All right. What would you like to do?
I'm still on the piano, sat down at the stool. I'm gonna put an explosive rune on top of the piano. I'm gonna say, excuse me, like, I think this thing is like extremely out of tune. Like, I don't know what kind of standards you guys have here in Germany, but in Prague, like, we keep a standard 440 hertz. As he like kind of walks up to it, I'm going to attempt to take a bite of blood and then run the hell away.
All right. Go for it.
I would like to roll con for that.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Let's see.
Ooh, a lot of dice. 3 successes
3 successes.
to my 3.
Fear 3. Oh, I can't take any damage. Unfortunately, yeah, I think I just gotta get the hell out. I'll just defend, and then I'm defending. Nothing towards the objective.
All right. He looks over at you as you
Darn.
plant this rune on this piano. He scoffs at you. I will not fall for such simple tricks. And then he
But it's
picks
out of
up-
tune.
He picks up one of the orchestra members, hurls him at the piano. Fix it. And-
Very good. Appreciate it.
all right. Next round.
Yep, that'll be it.
Next round, guys. Who wants to go? You guys. He is still going strong. This beast of a demon man. And you have 1 point towards your objective to escape.
We have to do points to escape. Like, we have to make a certain threshold to just run away.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's going to chase you down.
Okay, so how
I
many
did
points
do
do
1
we...
point towards that, but I think we have
Yep.
3 left, yeah?
You have 3 left. Yeah.
I thought I did one as well toward escape.
I think you did not because you realized you had to put one against challenge. You take one of your specials, I think.
So, well, okay. So how many do we need in order to escape?
3.
Oh, all right. Cool. And his challenge has already gone down by 1.
Yeah, he has no more challenge rating left.
Okay. I'll go again once everybody goes.
Okay. Who's going? I'm gonna call on someone. I'm gonna call on Chuck.
You're muted.
I think Chuck has had about enough of these trombones. So he's going to grab the trombone that is at his shin and try to bend it into this long, sharp edge. And then just as he tells Iriana he won't fall for these tricks, come up behind him and just try to just run that trombone straight through his back and out of his chest.
All right. What are you rolling
So I'm
there?
gonna roll, I guess either brawl or fix to turn the trombone into a weapon.
I love that. I love fix if you want. Yeah. Oh my gosh, 4 ones.
What are the odds?
Well, of course, naturally.
Yeah. Absolute terrible roll.
Oh, no.
Chuck.
Ooh,
Chuck.
suck.
This is going to be a wound on number 4.
Number 4. What is 4? Is crawling -1 to all stats. Wow.
All right. So he sees you approaching, twisting this trombone, tuba, whatever it is, flattening it out into this metal spear or sword or something. And as you move to spear him with it, to impale him with it, he sees you and turns in this one swift move, grabs it from you, notices that you're limping, the same shin that he smashed the tuba against. And he'll just drive that piece of metal right through your leg and pin you to the stage.
As he goes to drive through it, can I use my flash? Because you get another flashback once per session, right?
Once per session.
Yeah, why not? I'll use it. Why not?
Okay. All right. Let's see what that is. Where's my PDF? There it is. There we go. Roll 6. So the situation you are in is... I'm going to roll again because we had that one. This one is stealing a cipher machine from a submarine. And the question will be...
From a submarine.
All right. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to roll again because you had a question too similar to this a while ago. All right. So, Chuck, and I'm going to call on Flint for this. You are on board a submarine. You are here to steal a cipher machine, the famous Enigma. Now, Flint has taught you a few tricks that might help you out of the situation. What is the most important one that is relevant to you at this moment in this flashback?
I'd say dodging musical instruments.
In a submarine.
maybe the ciphers in like the cargo hold, which is like full of priceless artifacts, and maybe there's like a priceless musical instrument of some sort that's kind of laying around somewhere.
All right. So you have this flashback. It sounds like more trauma than anything else as you see another musical instrument in this room.
Chuck's face as he walked into the amphitheater was just like, he was just like,
Yeah,
stone
that's why that
cold.
trombone pissed him off so
Ghostly
bad.
white.
All right. Go ahead and make a reroll.
What did I do? Fix? That's right.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
3 critical successes.
Oh, hell yeah. Good shit. Nice.
Was that 6?
That
how
is
many
6
did you have?
successes.
666.
You had 3. All right, so I'm gonna dodge for 3, so that leaves me 3 left. We need 3 to get out of there.
You need
I'm
3 to
gonna
get out.
drink for 1, and then I'll put 2 towards the objective marker.
All right.
And he'll, as he goes to shatter my my legs, he goes, "Not again," and jumps as the trombone comes back underneath Chuck's feet, and maybe it just tears the little bit of, maybe frays the edges of his trench coat.
All right. Hole in your cowboy hat, torn trench coat. This cowboy has seen better days, but you're alive. All right. 1 point left to reach your objective. Who wants to go next?
I will try to go. I'll try to
Alright.
do something. Let me see. Iriana sees Nicole waving the keys and says, looks for the keys around her waist. Not there. Decides to start walking back, and that's how she's going to. Actually, that's how. She's gonna do a little brawl. She's gonna charge towards the Uber mansion and try to get out of there. Like,
All right.
charge with her magical saber.
Okay.
With the +1. Let me see what we get. Not rolling the most dice.
1 success.
1 success. All right. So here's the 0. Let's see.
To my 2.
No.
All
You know
right,
what?
And you used your flashback already. So what?
Use
what
my
are you gonna?
flashback.
Yeah.
I guess I just gotta defend myself. That'd be smartest. And
Well,
I'll take a
it's-
damage.
It's only 2 points, so you're only going to take 1 point of damage anyway. So you can use it. I would
Okay,
recommend
gotcha,
using it
gotcha,
for something
gotcha.
else.
Yeah. I will leave. I'm running past him. I'm running towards this German infantryman, the Ubermensch, and I kind of whiff. He hits me. I go, ah, shit, and then I just run towards Nicole.
All right. So you'll use your success for that last objective. But I
Yes.
will roll for your injury. Number 3.
Number 3. He shoots me on the head on the way out. Now that's 2 fully filled pips. Oh wait, I think because I got like the second, do I go down
No, it's only if only
or
If,
how does that work?
only if
Oh.
I get 3 successes and bring you down in 1 shot. Otherwise,
Gotcha.
it's a slow death.
Yeah.
If all your 6 pips are filled, then you die. But- all right. So yeah, as you're leaving, he's furious that you have not only interrupted his concert, that you have destroyed this magnificent performance of Wagner, that you drank his blood, and assaulted him. So he's going. What did you stab him with? No, Chuck? Did you
I hit him with
stabbed
the
him?
piano.
Hit him with the piano. Yeah. So what he'll do is he'll pick up that piano lid, and he'll just like use it like a giant frisbee and hurl it at you, and it'll just knock you upside the back of the head. This massive piano lid. For that point of damage.
Yeah.
But with that last objective point met, you are all free to leave. Unless one of you wants to take another action. Whoever has not taken an action this round. Where you guys want to go?
I think it's just you, Philip. Did you want to take it?
Yeah.
If
All right.
not, Nicole comes with the car on 2 fucking wheels. You see Spark coming out of the car. She's driving it straight down like the aisle, and then just does like a spin with like a Tokyo drift shit, and she's like, "Get in!"
All right. Actually, I'll let you roll for this.
I gotta roll for this. Okay, what do I?
Yeah,
roll?
no, you have to roll for this. You gotta roll for
Okay.
this. What would that be? That would probably be Oh, what role do you want?
I think a crazy woman smoking 2 cigarettes at the same time, with 2 bows over her head, driving on 2 wheels, terrified.
All right. And add 2 dice to it because you're using the car as a stunt.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, 3 successes.
Critical.
2 successes.
So you have 1 net success if you want to.
Oh, one net success. Let's see, what can I do with that? Because we already won, right? I'm gonna get a bite of blood on the way out and give it to one of my friends who needs the bite of blood.
Okay. Who would that be?
Who has the most pips, or who would like some blood?
I would love some blood.
Okay, so I just Nicole takes a bite out of this guy and then just hands you a Capri Sun with a straw already in it.
Much thanks.
And just tears off, like the carpet in the opera house is just burnt up as we peel out of there.
Beautiful. All right. So, and with that, you make your escape from the concert hall, leaving this horrible man demon behind. And as the last thing you hear as you leave is him yelling at the orchestra, "Did I tell you to stop playing? Pick up the violin. Wagner." And- Wagner. And
You got to come back for that guy. I don't know.
with that, you guys have. I'm gonna bring you back to this map here.
Okay.
So you guys have gone from expensive looking garage to the carnival to the concert hall. And as you peel out of the concert hall, you find yourselves on the border to Sector 1, with the Eiffel Tower looming up ahead of you. You are 1 step closer to Adolf Hitler. That's where we'll end tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All I can imagine Cosgrave doing is just like kind of like acting like really drunkenly because he has this violin like straight through his head and just like acting really drunkenly and just be like, "Clint, you're my main man." Like just like saying like his undying love for all these guys, even though he probably wouldn't actually say it if he didn't have this violin boat just straight through his head. Like
I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, just going to sign off the stream. Thank you, guys. And we'll be back next week, in 1 week's time, to finish this off and hopefully drink some of Adolf's blood.
Hopefully he likes dynamite, because that's all he's good.
Loves the dynamite. All right. See you, folks. See you next
See
week.
you.
Peace.